Chapter 1711, Heavenly Court Battlefield. Translator, Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios Left Path. This was the path that limitless demon Venerable created 1,000,000 years ago during the Olden Antiquity era. The left path past Central Heaven Gate, Nameplaque Palace, Sun Palace, 5 Deity Hall, Central Great Hall, Heaven Overseeing Tower, Forgotten Tao Lake, and finally, it stopped at the Imperfection Regret Pavilion on the peak of Star Zone Mountain. The huge heavenly court was shining in glorious light. It had countless palaces and pavilions. It was a grand sight. Calamity Luck Altar charged ahead with an unstoppable momentum. Heavenly Court, which had been silent for a long time, finally met with an unavoidable attack. Within Calamity Luck Altar, 5 Elements Grandmaster watched and observed the situation. He was tongue-tied and deeply moved. If I was not seeing this personally, I would not believe that all these buildings here are immortal goo houses. Even though most are just rank 6 immortal goo houses, Heavenly Court's foundation is still too terrifying. Flower Lady of the Northern Desolation Immortals chuckled. 5 elements. This is Heavenly Court after all. It was created 3,000,000 years ago during the remote Antiquity era. It had remained standing until today. Even though Fate Goo was damaged, it remained as the #1 force in this world. With such an accumulation, this is not a surprising sight. Look at these palaces. They are all the creation of famous rank 8 immortals from the remote Antiquity era. After modifications from future experts like Statue Deity, Ant Orchid, Yellow Court Monarch, Uncle Feng, and Concubine Quan Miao, they continued to develop and improve upon them until they were completed today. All of the palaces and immortal goo houses are considered one entity. They can help each other. At the same time, these palaces can be separated and elevated on their own. It is very convenient. However, there is no need to overestimate Heavenly Court. These immortal goo houses are mostly just rank 6. And most importantly, they are only specialized in one aspect. They are not as comprehensive as the immortal goo houses outside. 5 Elements Grandmaster nodded. I understand. If it is comprehensive, even more immortal goo will need to be used, as well as a vast number of mortal goo. Heavenly Court is very proud. Other than the 3 demon venerables who attacked, nobody dared to invade them. Thus, there was no need for such investments in their opinion. After all, these immortal goo houses are kept in Heavenly Court most of the time. They are not too useful. Saying so, 5 Elements Grandmaster suddenly laughed loudly. So that's it. We attacked Heavenly Court and caught them unguarded at this moment. This is their weakness. Interesting. Other than 3 demon venerables, to think that I will also attack Heavenly Court. Even if I die here, with this experience, my life was not in vain. 5 Elements Grandmaster was filled with grand aspirations. He was a Northern Plainsman. Even though he was rank 8, his nature was that of a Northern Plainsman. It had never changed. The people of Northern Plains sought glory through combat. It was a shame to live as a loser. For them, dying in the battlefield was the greatest honor and recognition. Calamity Luck Altar forced its way through, finally arriving at Central Heaven Gate. This huge gate was like a mountain adorned with beautiful golden ornaments. It was held by tall and thick pillars. There were shining pearls and gems on its frame. This is Central Heaven Gate. It looks like an information path, immortal goo house. 5 Elements Grandmaster looked around as he pondered. Indeed, Heavenly Court only recruits new members who are elites of the 10 great ancient sections. These rank 8 elites would have to pass the test in Central Heaven Gate before they join Heavenly Court. Bull Demon said. Central Heaven Gate was shut tight. It blocked Calamity Luck Altar from advancing further than in Central Great Hall. Duke Long asked. Central Heaven Gate is a rank 8 information path immortal goo house, but it has weak defenses. It cannot stop them for long. How many golden pearls do we have in the storage? Fairy Ziwei replied immediately. 3,600. Duke Long nodded. Take them all out and use them to help Central Heaven Gate defend against the enemy. I am certain that Longevity Heaven has trump cards up its sleeves. Northern Plains has courageous people, but they are not without wisdom. We need to remain calm and deal with them without panicking. We will stall for time and wait until Fate Goo is restored. All our hard work and sacrifice will pay off in the end. Yes, sir. Fairy Ziwei answered as she manipulated the Central Great Hall. The central Great Hall was the control area of all the Heavenly Court immortal goo houses. Using it, Fairy Ziwei opened Heavenly Court's treasury and took out all of their golden pearls. Cling, cling, cling. There was a sharp noise as golden pearls fell down like rain. There were golden sparkles as they poured down. Calamity Luck Altar crashed into Central Heaven Gate. As it started to crack from the pressure, the golden pearls landed on Calamity Luck Altar and created continuous sharp noises. Calamity Luck Altar remained unaffected. There were no cracks on it. However, the golden pearls started to show their true effect, as the peels turned into huge soldiers that were armored all over their bodies. Under the shadows of their helmets, only their 2 eyes were shining with piercing golden light. They had weapons like axes, blades, and spears in their hands. Soon, these golden pearl soldiers surrounded Calamity Luck Altar. Countless blades and spears slashed and stabbed at Calamity Luck Altar, causing many sparks to appear. Calamity Luck Altar shook intensely. In order to defend from the attacks, immortal essence was rapidly expended. What is this? 5 Elements Grandmaster was shocked. Each soldier has the strength of an ancient desolate beast, but possesses no life force. This looks like an immortal killer move. These are golden pearls. During the medieval antiquity era, there was a metal path great expert in Heavenly Court. He was known as the Golden Pearl Immortal King. These golden pearls were his signature killer move, a method unique to him. Bull Demon said plainly. Flower Lady giggled as she covered her mouth. Heavenly Court is only tossing these golden pearls while Fairy Ziwei and Duke Long are not showing up. It seems that they are trying to stall for time until Fate Goo gets restored. Bull Demon nodded. This is a wise decision. Even though Heavenly Court is huge, there are only a few rank 8 Goo immortals who are awake. The battlefield outside is depleting and splitting up Heavenly Court's current force. Then we need to make use of this time. Flower Lady's eyes shined. Bull Demon said in a low tone, "Let me do it." Saying so, he concentrated and started to manipulate Calamity Luck Altar. A method was activated by Bull Demon as Calamity Luck Altar started to shine in a blinding light. Within the light, auspicious clouds formed and pushed all the golden pearl soldiers away. The next moment, with a loud bang, Calamity Luck Altar broke through Central Heaven Gate. Longevity Heaven's group did not slaughter these golden pearl soldiers or attack the heavily damaged Central Heaven Gate. They only pushed forward. This was a battle that was determined by time. Since Heavenly Court wanted to stall for time, Longevity Heaven's group had to make use of that and prevent them from succeeding. Along the way, golden pearl soldiers continued to obstruct them, but could not stop Calamity Luck Altar's advancement. Soon, Longevity Heaven's Goo Immortals arrived at Name Plaque Palace. But what they saw was that Name Plaque Palace flew high up into the sky. Heavenly Court actually moved this Name Plaque Palace away. 5 Elements Grandmaster was happy but suspicious. Bing Sichuan said in a low tone, "This is also an information path Immortal Goo House. There are name plaques inside. Each has a person's name. These people form a huge information network for Heavenly Court. They are all over the 5 regions." 5 Elements Grandmaster was shocked. So that means, if we destroy it, Heavenly Court's information network will be exposed? No wonder they had to move it away at any cost. 5 Elements Grandmaster felt that it was a pity. Heavenly Court's information network was huge. It covered all 5 regions. Even though other regions were trying to get information on other regions, their scale and reach could not compare to Heavenly Court. Heavenly Court had the 10 great ancient sects as their subordinate forces. They had ruled over Central Continent for many eras. They were naturally able to select suitable people to nurture as elites and send to other regions secretly for the other 4 regions. Longevity Heaven and Southern Alliance had only surfaced recently, trying to unify their own regions. As for other super clans, even if they sent people out, compared to Heavenly Court, they were too small and insignificant. Forget it. We had already anticipated that Name Plaque Palace would fly away. Without its obstruction, we can save a lot of time and advance faster. Bing Sichuan ordered. Sun Palace. Calamity Luck Altar soon arrived at the 3rd obstacle. Sun Palace gave out a heated light. It was too blinding. The surroundings of the palace were distorted from the warm air. Intense heat assaulted everyone. Even though Longevity Heaven's members were inside Calamity Luck Altar, they still felt immense heat that burned them endlessly. The immortals tried to move Calamity Luck Altar to charge through, but even without getting too close, the surface of Calamity Luck Altar started melting. A vast number of mortal goo were charred and incinerated. Sun Palace was so strong that Calamity Luck Altar could not get close. It controlled the illumination of the whole of Heavenly Court. It had multiple Light Path Rank 8 Immortal Goo as the cores, even though it was very weak in defense. Even lower than Central Heaven Gate, Calamity Luck Altar could not approach it. Boom, boom, boom. Calamity Luck Altar stayed in the air as killer moves were activated, attacking Sun Palace from afar. But all sorts of killer moves melted from the heat and light of Sun Palace before they even landed. This obstacle is too hard. We do not have any light path or dark path experts helping us. Five Elements Grandmaster frowned deeply. No need to worry. Bull Demon spoke. Sun Palace is strong on the outside and weak on the inside. As long as we can get in, we will be able to destroy it. I will go. Okay, let's go together. Flower Lady chuckled as she lay on his shoulder. Feeling no nervousness at all. 5 Elements Grandmaster was greatly shocked. He knew how dangerous that was. The light was too intense. Without proper defense, even rank 8 Goo Immortals could not last long. They would melt like candles. Isn't that too dangerous? We can think of other ways. 5 Elements Grandmaster said cautiously. Bing Sichuan shook his head. Speed is the key. Go. He controlled Calamity Luck Altar as it attacked, paving a way for Bull Demon and Flower Lady. Bull Demon and Flower Lady shot out with incredible speed. They were about to get into Sun Palace in just an instant. Wishful thinking. Fairy Ziwei, who was in the central Great Hall, smiled coldly as Sun Palace's intensity surged. Oh no. 5 Elements Grandmaster shouted in dismay. Hey, the crucial moment. Flower Lady shouted as her tiny body jumped, turning into a pink light that shielded Bull Demon. Bull Demon cried out in pain. He charged into Sun Palace without stopping. Fairy Ziwei's expression turned grim. She said bitterly, Sun Palace has been taken down. After 10 breaths of time, Sun Palace was destroyed. Without Sun Palace, the whole of Heavenly Court sky became dark in the rubble. Bull Demon carried Flower Lady's corpse as he returned to Calamity Luck Altar with an expressionless face. Sun Palace was destroyed. Longevity Heaven also paid a price. Flower Lady died. Looking at the silent Bull Demon, 5 Elements Grandmaster wanted to console him, but no words came out after he opened his mouth. Bull Demon and Flower Lady were together known as the Northern Desolation Immortals. They were usually extremely close and never left each other's side. Now that one was sacrificed while the other survived, this pain was truly deep and heavy. Even though Flower Lady died, she had a smile on her face. Bull Demon looked at Flower Lady's corpse for a long time. She eventually turned into scattering flower petals. Only a tiny, delicate flower remained. Bull Demon placed this flower on his head carefully and gently. It was completely different from his usual cold and tough appearance. Continue. Bull Demon turned around and looked towards the front. Under Bing Sai Chuan's manipulation, Calamity Luck Altar continued to move ahead. Chapter 1712. Battle of Legendary Desolate Beasts. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. Once Sun Palace was destroyed, the next was 5 Deity Hall. And after 5 Deity Hall, it would be the central Great Hall that Fairy Ziwei and Duke Long were in. Longevity Heaven's Goo Immortals came with determination. They attacked ferociously, without concern for sacrifices. Heavenly Court's Immortals felt deep pressure. We cannot let them continue with this any farther. Duke Long turned to Fairy Ziwei. Have you deployed all of them already? Fairy Ziwei's expression was quite ugly. Only 2 came. Duke Long was dazed before he spoke. Song Xianzi didn't come? So be it. When it agreed to join Heavenly Court back then, there was already an agreement with Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable. The 2 that came should be able to block Calamity Luck Altar for some time with their strength. 5 Deity Hall was already in sight. Suddenly, a sandstorm brewed. Waves of sand blocked Calamity Luck Altar. Roar. A tiger's roar resounded in the surroundings. The sand waves spread apart as a hill-like tiger was exposed from within. The fierce tiger had overwhelming aura. Its body seemed to be made of metal. It had golden skin and silver teeth. Its eyes resembled sparkling rubies, emanating fierce light. On the tiger's forehead, the marking was not Wang, but Saon.5 Elements Grandmaster took a glance and expressed his shock. Heavenly Court also has legendary immemorial desolate beasts. Of course, Bing Sai Chuan had a plain expression. Heavenly Court has a total of 3 legendary immemorial beasts. This huge tiger looks like a tiger, but it is actually a shabi. This is a type of monster that is formed in the fiendish Qi Sea Spring. Right now, Qi Path is going extinct. The fiendish Qi Sea Spring is already extinct. This is the only shabi left. During the Olden Antiquity era, Heavenly Court's Qi Path Great Expert 7 Fiendish Primeval Monarch nurtured it. After he became rank 8 and traveled the world, he purposely looked for the fiendish Qi Sea Springs and created the shabi from them. He refined a total of 99 shabi. He formed a grand army with them. These shabi were compatible with his immortal killer moves. He could use them extremely well. During that era, almost nobody could rival him. But now, this is the final one. This shabi was one of the last few created. It was number 95. Thus, it had been named as such, but after Ancestor Giant Sun got invited to Heavenly Court and saw this shabi, he named it Shabi 90-51. So there was such a backstory. No wonder Lord has such a deep understanding of it. 5 Elements Grandmaster sighed in admiration that he looked behind him, only to see that Shabi 95 had whipped up a sandstorm, fighting against Calamity Luck Altar with a grand commotion, displaying peak rank 8 battle strength. Bing Sai Chuan analyzed closely. Shabi 95 resides in Eternal Sand Cave. It was deployed by Heavenly Court to come here. Green Jade Crane Ruan Dan will likely come here too, while Song Xianzi is probably not coming. 5 Elements Grandmaster asked, Ruan Dan, Song Xianzi, are they the remaining 2 legendary immemorial beasts? At the same time, he felt puzzled inside. Why was Bing Sai Chuan so certain that Song Xianzi would not join the battle? Did they have spies in Heavenly Court? Bing Sai Chuan answered, Indeed. Ruan Dan is an immemorial green jade crane. It was nurtured by Immortal Crane Sect and created Pill Path. It resides in Heavenly Court to cultivate in normal times. As for Song Xianzi, it is that vast heaven vine. This vine has incredible power and abilities. It sprouts in 300 years, blossoms in 300 years, and bears fruits in 300 years. The fruits that it creates are called vast heaven fruits. If used in a grotto heaven, it can expand the size of the immortal aperture sky. Thus, this vast heaven vine is also known as the 10th heaven of this world. 10th heaven of this world. 5 Elements Grandmaster shook. He suddenly realized as he pointed left, that huge vine pillar that extends towards the limits of the sky. Heavenly Court had countless palaces. There was a huge vine that connected heaven and earth. It was even taller than the heaven overseeing tower behind the central Great Hall. It was very eye-catching. When 5 Elements Grandmaster invaded Heavenly Court, he noticed it immediately. That's right. The vast heaven vine was brought in by Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable personally. It had an agreement with him. It is a unique existence in Heavenly Court. It does not need to follow orders, but only has to provide a batch of vast heaven fruits every 1,000 years. 5 Elements Grandmaster heard this as he felt his horizons broadening. He had never thought that there would be a legendary immemorial desolate plant in this world that could ignore Heavenly Court's orders. But thinking about it, he knew why. The vast heaven vine's ability was too unique and special. With these vast heaven fruits, Heavenly Court could continue to increase the skies of the immortal aperture and increase its foundation. Rather than saying that the vast heaven vine could ignore Heavenly Court's orders, it was more like Heavenly Court was making use of it and allowing it some degree of freedom to the moment in the central Great Hall. Oh no. Fairy Z-Wei frowned. This Calamity Luck altar is fake. What? Duke Long looked over. Fairy Z-Wei was in control of Central Great Hall. She had been using the palaces and countless immortal goo houses to observe Central Continent. She obviously kept a high amount of concentration on Heavenly Court's situation. Heaven Overseeing Tower could not be moved normally. Fairy Z-Wei mobilized the other immortal goo houses, shooting out a crystal rainbow light. The rainbow light tore through the skies. Landing on Calamity Luck Altar shook before. It returned to its original form. This was a 4-legged beast with purple fur. Its body was huge, Even larger than the Shabai.It was like a ferret, its body covered in shiny purple fur. Its eyes were shining with a purple crystal-like color. There was a dog tail on its back. Oh, you finally realized, you fools from Heavenly Court. Ha ha. The purple ferret laughed loudly, mocking its enemies. You are? Giant Sun Immortal Venerable's dog-tail life-extending ferret, Mao Li Chiu. Shabi 95 was very shocked. It spoke human words. The purple ferret's expression sank. It quickly moved out like a purple flash of lightning. Boom! Sand splattered. The dog-tail life-extending ferret pressed down on the Shabi as it opened its mouth, saying with a fierce expression and low tone, "Remember, call me Grandpa Mao." Shabi 95 was furious, growling, "In terms of age, I am your grandfather instead." It struggled to get up, but the dog-tail life-extending ferret did not budge. Shabi 95 was secretly shocked. This beast has such great strength, but how can I be suppressed like this? Ha ha, stupid cat and silly ferret. You two are a good couple. This is such an interesting fight. Right at this moment, laughter resounded above the two beasts. Dog-tail life-extending ferret looked up and saw a Gu immortal sitting on a cloud, looking at them with a smile. The dog-tail life-extending ferret's expression froze for a second before it realized. Oh, so you are that green jade crane. Why are you posing as a human? Come down. Let your grandpa Mao teach you how to be a proper bird again. The laughter stopped. The green jade crane was furious. You insolent ferret, I am going to tear your skin apart. The green jade crane was about to descend when it stopped all of a sudden. Fairy Ziwei had given it orders secretly. Instead of fighting with dogtail life-extending ferret Mao Li Chiu, it was supposed to head to 5 Deity Hall. The true Calamity Luck altar had not shown itself, but the route it could take was fixed. The green jade crane acknowledged the order and was about to leave when a huge shadow appeared in front of It. It looked up, and its pupils shrunk. Mao Li Chiu had jumped into the sky, and its huge form was crashing down, while causing a vacuum behind it. The green jade crane shrieked before it returned to its true form. It flapped its wings and quickly got out of the casted shadow's range. But at the next moment, Mao Li Chiu's claws grabbed onto the green jade crane's leg. Come down here for your grandpa Mao. The dog-tail life-extending ferret snickered as it pulled with its strong limb. The green jade crane flapped its wings furiously, but it soon discovered to its despair that any effort ended in vain. Slam! The green jade crane landed on the ground, causing a huge pit to form. The green jade crane's ears were buzzing. It only had one thought in its mind now. This Northern Plains brute has such great strength. The green jade crane struggled to get up, but Mao Li Chiu pounced once again. Dust clouds rose as rocks were sent flying. The green jade crane continued to shriek. Ah, you thug, don't pull my feathers. Ah, you mindless beast, don't bite my leg. Don't touch my elegant neck, you scumbag. My neck is breaking, it's breaking. Oh, my leg is breaking, my leg is breaking. Duke Long, Fairy Ziwei, 5 Elements Grandmaster, Bing Sichuan. 2 Eventually, the green jade crane's screaming reached its limit. Stupid cat. What are you doing? Why aren't you coming here and helping me? Ha! Weren't you having a good time watching earlier? You two can play. I'm leaving. Shabi 95 laughed as it flew towards 5 Deity Hall. Where are you going? Mao Li Chiu snickered as a clone flew out of its body, pouncing at Shabi 95 with great speed. We are both males. Why are you lying on top of me now? Shabi 95 was furious. 3 The green jade crane agreed with these words wholeheartedly. It shrieked amidst the dust clouds. That's right. Let us go if you have guts. Ah, stop kicking between my legs. You're evil scumbag. Shabi 95 was very angry. It liked the action of pouncing on others, but it liked to be at the top. Being at the bottom was a disgrace and humiliation. Shabi 95 was struggling on the ground below Mao Li Chiu. It was furious and its teeth were exposed as it growled. A mere clone. You want to obstruct me. You are simply looking down him. At the next moment, Shabi 95's expression became dazed. It was a little fearful. Is this the main body or a clone? Why does it have such great strength? In the central Great Hall, Duke Long seemed to have realized something. This is, because of Mao Li Chiu's actions, Calamity Luck Altar obtained some crucial time. It finally arrived at 5 Deity Hall. I have already explained the details of 5 Deity Hall to you. it will depend on you now. Bing Sichuan said to 5 Elements Grandmaster. 5 Elements Grandmaster looked behind worriedly. Can Grandpa Mao do it? How long can it last? Don't worry. It is using the killer move perfect pair. This was the method of thieving heaven demon venerable that my longevity heaven had searched for with great effort. It can summon a clone with the same battle strength as the main body. Bing Sichuan's lips curled up. 2-inch understood. 5 Elements Grandmaster's eyes shined with bright light. Staring at 5 Deity Hall. 5 Deity Hall shook intensely. A giant spirit made of the 5 elements, metal, wood, water, fire, earth, formed and attacked Calamity Luck Altar. Calamity Luck Altar burst out with profound light. 5 Elements Grandmaster was directly sent into 5 Deity Hall. The 5 Elements giant spirit was furious. It wanted to defend, but Calamity Luck Altar shot out an incredible attraction force that restrained it. Chapter 1713. Battle Between Venerables. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. Bam bam bam. With a chain of explosions, 5 Deity Hall was blown to smithereens amidst a huge fire. 5 Elements Grandmaster stepped on thin air as he walked out. Even though there was some soot on his face, he was unharmed. Next, he went inside Calamity Luck Altar. 5 Elements Grandmaster laughed loudly. Even though this 5 Deity Hall is extraordinary, I am very familiar with its concept. My methods directly counter it. This was much easier than I had expected it to be. As he said that, a sense of pride emerged in him. Bing Sichuan looked at him and said plainly, "Of course it is. The formation path methods that you use are part of my ancestor giant son's arrangements." 5 Elements Grandmaster was stunned. His expression changed as he looked at Bing Sichuan. "What do you mean?" Bing Sichuan gave him a glance, showing a smile full of deep meaning. "Why do you think you managed to enter longevity heaven when you attacked? Do you remember the most important words of your inheritance? Do you find them nonsensical? Try reading them in reverse, but only the last word of each sentence." 5 Elements Grandmaster was immediately suspicious. He was a lone cultivator from birth. His turning point was the mysterious lone immortal formation path true inheritance that he found. It led to his achievements. Ever since I obtained the true inheritance, I cultivated nonstop and had never spoken of it to others. How does Bing Sichuan know that my true inheritance has those important sentences? I have never understood what it was saying. Reverse the order and read the last word of each line. Listen to Bing Sichuan and attack Heavenly Court. 5 Elements Grandmaster was lost for words. He stared at Bing Sichuan in disbelief. 1 Bing Sichuan controlled Calamity Luck Altar to move forward while saying slowly, "Even if a rank 9 venerable does not cultivate wisdom path, at their level, they have already gained a deep understanding of the path. It is not hard to set up arrangements that will affect future generations." Back then, after Ancestor Giant Sun visited Heavenly Court, he made plans for today's invasion. The method to destroy 5 Deity Hall was part of his arrangements. But if he displayed his research results so openly, traces would be left behind and Heavenly Court would notice them. Thus, he secretly left an arrangement that was independent of longevity heaven. He allowed it to develop on its own and be cultivated by a lone cultivator. Because you are not of Giant Sun's bloodline, even if you become a rank 8, Heavenly Court would not expect your methods to counter 5 Deity Hall. They would not think of you and link it to our invasion of Heavenly Court. Saying so, Bing Sichuan paused and continued. "Grandmaster, the climatic battle involving fake goo is far more complex than you can ever imagine. Rank 6 and 7 goo immortals are not even qualified to join. As for rank 8 goo immortals, we are merely pawns. Some rank 8s refuse to join in. That is because they sense something and understand their own self-worth. Some joined but are ignorant of the true situation. The truth behind this great battle is the fight of past venerables across time and space." 5 Elements Grandmaster was stunned from hearing this. He muttered, "Fighting across time and space. A battle between venerables?" In human history, there were 10 venerables. Each one was invincible in their own era. They were at the apex of history, the greatest pride of humanity. Bing Sichuan revealed the truth. 5 Elements Grandmaster was deeply shocked. He could not help but feel his own insignificance. His pride from earlier vanished without a trace. Bing Sai-chuan glanced at Five Elements Grandmaster's look of shock as he consoled. But don't worry, among the venerables, Ancestor Giant Sun is the most caring towards his descendants and subordinates. He gained a nickname back then because of this. 2-inch the venerables all have their own arrangements. They want to exert their influence at this crucial moment, but after the merciless tides of history, most of these arrangements have been altered in some way. Rank 9 venerables are not all-knowing. They would make mistakes too. Many arrangements have been completely changed due to the passing of time. A large number of them were discovered by future venerables and got modified. Ancestor Giant Sun came after Genesis Lotus and Thieving Heaven. He was succeeded by Spectral Soul and Paradise Earth. The venerables who appear later would naturally have an advantage in setting up their arrangements. Our attack on Heavenly Court succeeded to this extent. The reason is obvious. Bing Sai-chuan's words made Five Elements Grandmaster go into a daze. Bing Sai-chuan chuckled afterwards. So what if there is Duke Long? Can he compare to Ancestor Giant Sun's arrangements? No need to worry so much. You must have confidence that we will succeed. In this expedition, our longevity heaven will definitely obtain Fate Gu. 1-inch obtained Fate Gu. At this moment, Five Elements Grandmaster finally realized longevity heaven's objective in attacking Heavenly Court. That's right. Bing Sai-chuan admitted openly. There was no need to hide anything now. Heavenly Court came to snatch our fortune rivaling Heaven Gu. Why can't we come after their Fate Gu? Why is Heavenly Court the #1 human force? Fate Gu played a crucial role in it. After getting it, our longevity heaven will definitely obtain the throne of the #1 human force. In Central Great Hall, Fairy Ziwei looked as Calamity Luck Alter got closer. She had a serious expression. They are coming. At her side, Old Man Fang Yuan was also expressing his concern. Even though the Central Great Hall was the control area of all the immortal Gu houses, it had low defense. After all, who would think that Heavenly Court's Central Great Hall would be attacked by enemies? Even though this Central Great Hall was once attacked by 3 demon venerables and even got destroyed, Heavenly Court's Gu immortals did not reinforce its defense later on. Because against venerables, no matter how strong Central Great Hall's defense was, it could not defend against a venerable. There was no point. Now it seemed like Giant Sun Immortal Venerable had already noticed this flaw when he toured Heavenly Court. Longevity Heaven's assault caught Heavenly Court off guard. Fairy Ziwei and the rest were in a passive situation. It seems that the true flaw is not in terms of defense, but mindset. Fairy Ziwei had an understanding as she said, I seem to have missed out something. Is it, 1. How long until Fate Gu is fully restored? At this moment, Duke Long asked. Fairy Ziwei was in charge of the Central Great Hall. She knew the situation of the refinement path formation. She had a heavy heart as she answered. We need 6 hours. 6 hours. Duke Long was joyful. My lifespan is almost used up, but heaven has taken pity on me. Even though 6 hours is not a lot, I will be able to see Fate Gu restored. Next, let me handle this. Fairy Ziwei asked worriedly. Lord Duke Long, your injuries have yet to. Even though Heavenly Court tried its best to heal him, Duke Long's injuries still remained. This was caused by the joint attack of Eastern Sea's rank 8 Gu immortals. In the short time, even Duke Long could not heal himself fully. Duke Long smiled plainly. I am about to die anyway. These injuries do not matter. In any case, I have the killer move Heavenly Dragon's Last Stand. At the final moments of my life, in all 5 regions, is there anyone who can match me in battle? He had a plain expression, but his words revealed utter confidence and dominance. Calamity Luck Alter was like a huge beast as it charged down at the Central Great Hall. Air was sliced apart. Wild winds roared. If it hit, the entire Central Great Hall would be reduced to shambles. At this moment, a single small body appeared, blocking its path. Duke Long. 5 Elements Grandmaster shouted. Smash into him. Bull Demons said. Boom. The hill-like Calamity Luck Alter crashed down ferociously, but it was stopped in midair that a dragon claw forced it to stop. Duke Long floated in the air. His body did not move, but his right hand had turned into sharp dragon claws, grabbing onto Calamity Luck Alter and preventing it from moving any further. This? 5 Elements Grandmaster was deeply shocked. Bull Demon was also in disbelief. He alone managed to stop Calamity Luck Alter so easily? Unbelievable. If I was not seeing this personally, I would never believe it. Crack. The dragon claws exerted strength as they dug into Calamity Luck altar. Cracks started to form and spread around the dragon claws. Calamity Luck altars started to shine in a piercing light. Immortal killer moves were used on Duke Long, who was in close proximity. Despite being bathed in explosions and impacts, Duke Long's body remained unmoved. Roar. An immense aura and chi burst out of his body. The chi gathered and formed into dragons that coiled around Calamity Luck altar, squeezing it. What method is this? Duke Long had not used it in the Eastern Sea battle. Bull Demon squinted. He suddenly had a flash of inspiration, uttering, "There is no invincible immortal goo. Only invincible goo immortal." Five Elements Grandmaster was shocked once again. Dragon Chi killer move had unparalleled might. Five Elements Grandmaster knew clearly that if he had to face the attack, he would not last long. Calamity Luck altar was a rank 8 immortal goo house, but it was still suppressed by Duke Long single-handedly. Longevity Heaven's members could already see victory in the horizons. Heaven Overseeing Tower was right ahead, but Duke Long obstructed them, turning their hope of victory into an unattainable dream. Duke Long was just one person, but he was an obstacle that they could not get past. He is just rank 8. How can our difference be this immense? Lord Bing Sichuan, what do we do? Five Elements Grandmaster was out of ideas. The difference in battle strength could not be made up for with courage. Five Elements Grandmaster looked at Bing Sichuan, but he had already gone missing. Where did he go? At the next moment, Bing Sichuan appeared behind Duke Long. His time path killer move that had been prepared for a long time landed on Duke Long's head. Success. Bing Sichuan's pupils shrunk. Duke Long did not move. Instead, a vast wave of dragon chi shot out with a loud roar. The dragon mouth bit Bing Sichuan as it flew up, restraining him in the air. Bing Sichuan relied on his defenses to hold on, while he used killer moves to try and get out of the dragon chi's restraint. But his actions were futile. The dragon chi was not indestructible, but its speed of recovery was just too fast. You are clearly injured. This is definitely not your usual battle. Strength. Bing Sichuan gritted his teeth. How can you possibly comprehend the profundity of my killer move? Heavenly Dragon's Last Stand. Duke Long looked at Bing Sichuan plainly as he placed his focus back on Calamity Luck altar. Calamity Luck altar was filled with cracks. It was surrounded by countless dragon-shaped chi that pressed down on it. A large number of goo worms continued to die. Calamity Luck altar could not break free. If this went on, it would definitely be destroyed. Five Elements Grandmaster gritted his teeth. Let me go out. I would rather die in combat by Duke Long's hands than die here without doing anything. Bull Demon was silent. Bing Sichuan suddenly snickered. I am not your match, but so what? I have my trump card. I respectfully request, Limitless, please turn around. What? This time, it was Duke Long's turn to be shocked. Chapter 1714. Limitless takes action. Translator, Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. A million years ago, olden antiquity era, Limitless Demon Venerable attacked Heavenly Court and moved unhindered. Even though Heavenly Court's goo immortals tried to stop him, they were powerless. Limitless Demon Venerable moved at a casual speed, but none of Heavenly Court's goo immortals could match him. They suffered huge losses and deaths. Central Heaven Gate broke into shrapnel. Nameplaque Palace did not even have the time to fly away. In front of Limitless Demon Venerable, Sun Palace and 5 Deity Hall were thin as paper. They were simply like a joke. Eventually, when Limitless Demon Venerable arrived before the Central Great Hall, Heavenly Court shook. Star constellations will descended and activated Star Constellation Immortal Venerables Arrangement. 9 consecutive unceasing formation. Limitless Demon Venerable landed in the formation and only managed to escape after destroying 100 formations. Below Heaven Overseeing Tower, Limitless Demon Venerable looked at Star Constellation's will. Star Constellation, we are both venerables. You spent so much effort to try and restrict me. Even though I hate you, I also admire you. Right now, you are dead while I am alive. No matter how many methods you left behind. So what? You want to stop a living goo venerable? That is impossible. Rank 9 venerables are invincible in this world. Only other venerables can deal with them. Star constellations will smile bitterly. She opened a path to heaven overseeing tower. Of course I understand what you are saying. But how can I give up without even trying? Please enter. Limitless Demon Venerable raised his eyebrows. Not stopping me anymore? Star constellations will set expressionlessly. Since I cannot stop you, what's the point? Limitless, since you want to destroy fate goo, I will accompany you to see it. Limitless Demon Venerable was stunned for a moment. A slight smile appeared on his flawless face. 1 inch interesting, he said softly as he walked up heaven overseeing tower alongside star constellations will. When they arrived at the top, they saw fake goo. Not long after, Limitless Demon Venerable left the tower, walking out. The heavenly court goo immortals who were deeply injured became greatly surprised, because Limitless Demon Venerable did not destroy fake goo. It was still in perfect condition at the top of heaven overseeing tower. Nobody knew what happened inside the tower, or what star constellations will and Limitless Demon Venerable talked about. In the end, Limitless Demon Venerable still had a cold expression, but a slight anger could be felt from his gaze. When he looked around, wherever his gaze landed, heavenly court's goo immortals felt a deep chill. Their morale fell to rock bottom. Finally, Limitless Demon Venerable looked at star constellations will. Humph, Primordial Origin Immortal Venerable and Star Constellation Immortal Venerable. You two definitely left many more methods in your lifetimes. Are you looking down on me? Use them all. I want to see them myself. Star Constellation sighed bitterly, but Limitless Demon Venerable was bent on fighting. She could only entertain him. Thus, a bloody battle continued. Heavenly Court's goo immortals were sacrificed in Limitless Demon Venerable's hands. Countless died. Wherever Limitless Demon Venerable went, pool of blood and corpses appeared. Star constellations will followed behind him, watching calmly as he slaughtered endlessly. After a while, the water of Forgotten Tao Lake became blood-red in color. Limitless Demon Venerable squinted. The feeling of joy from slaughtering emerged in his heart. At this moment, he looked at the lake's ripples as he asked, "What lake is this?" Forgotten Tao Lake. Forgotten Tao Lake? The lake suits the name. It is a good lake. It is too much of a pity if I destroy it. Limitless Demon Venerable suddenly became energetic. Forgotten Tao, but who can really forget their Tao? After some silence, Star Constellations will said, "Since you already came to Heavenly Court, why don't you take a look around?" Limitless Demon Venerable looked at Star Constellations will with deep meaning. "Aren't you afraid that I will destroy Heavenly Court?" Star Constellations will was very calm. "You cannot destroy Heavenly Court. Not only will Master's supreme methods activate when Heavenly Court faces a fatal crisis, even if you succeed in destroying Heavenly Court, can you destroy Fate Goo?" Saying so, Star Constellations will showed a solemn expression. And most importantly, the true Heavenly Court is not here, it is within our hearts. Even if Heavenly Court is destroyed, a new generation will rebuild it. Limitless, you can't live forever, right? Limitless Demon Venerable stood silently on the spot, staring at Star Constellations will as his gaze became icy cold. Star Constellations will looked straight at him with a calm expression. A long while later, Limitless Demon Venerable nodded. "As expected of Star Constellation, you are absolutely right." Star Constellations will felt no surprise. "Let's continue the tour." Limitless Demon Venerable went up Star Zone Mountain. He saw a pavilion at the peak. It was naturally an immortal goo house. Limitless Demon Venerable stepped into the pavilion, looking down at the whole of Heavenly Court. Other than the bloody road that he created through his slaughter until now, the other areas were still grand and elegant. Limitless Demon Venerable breathed in deeply. He was revitalized. "This is a good pavilion. What is its name?" "Imperfection Regret Pavilion." Star Constellations will answered. Limitless Demon Venerable's eyes shined. This rank 8 immortal goo house had no secret in front of him. He could understand the profundity and structure of the construct at first glance. That he nodded. "Imperfection Regret Pavilion. It is a good name. It is quite appropriate." Regret. I could not accomplish my goal in this trip. It is truly a great regret. But whose life can be perfect without imperfection or regrets? He seemed to be asking Star Constellations will, but he also looked like he was mumbling to himself. His tone was quite complex. Star Constellations will was silent. Limitless Demon Venerable suddenly laughed as his expression vanished. He became cold and aloof again. He clapped. Star constellation immortal venerable. These are truly impressive arrangements. However, my interest is piqued again. Star constellations will had a change of expression. Star constellation immortal venerable's arrangement was not just the 9-9 consecutive unceasing formation. In truth, Forgotten Tao Lake and Imperfection Regret Pavilion were also part of her meticulous setup. Comment limitless demon venerable was invincible in the world. He could not be blocked. The only way to preserve heavenly court was by eliminating his killing intent and fighting spirit. In this aspect, wisdom path Gu immortals were the most proficient. Even though limitless demon venerable was affected by star constellation immortal venerable, his fighting spirit only fell for a moment before it returned. Limitless demon venerable did not attack again. He looked at star constellation's will. I was born in the wrong era. It is a pity that I cannot be part of the great era a million years later. Star constellation, the same applies for you. In that case, I have a suggestion. Please go ahead. Why don't we play a game of chess in this pavilion? Chess. Star constellation's will was stunned. Sure, both of us need this chessboard after all. For the next few days, limitless demon venerable stayed inside Imperfection Regret Pavilion as he played chess with star constellation's will. When limitless demon venerable left, star constellation's will also vanished within the pavilion. Imperfection Regret Pavilion thus became a forbidden area of heavenly court. During normal times, Imperfection Regret Pavilion would have no commotion. But at times, heavenly court's Gu immortals would be able to see two vague figures inside the pavilion. Regardless of what angle they were at, they could only see the sides of these two people. One was male and the other was female. They resembled star constellation immortal venerable and limitless demon venerable. But any heavenly court Gu immortal who saw this sight would usually die days later. The lucky few who survived would feel an absurd increase in their strength. Years later, Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable went to Imperfection Regret Pavilion and wanted to get rid of this threat, but in the end, he shook his head as he left Star Zone Mountain. Many years passed again. Giant Sun Immortal Venerable was invited to tour Heavenly Court. He saw Embroidered Tower. He saw the 3 pieces of bloody skins left by Reckless Savage Demon Venerable. He entered Heaven Overseeing Tower and saw Fake Gu. Finally, he came here but did not ascend the mountain. He only took a look at Imperfection Regret Pavilion before he left. Comment these records flashed by Duke Long's mind in an instant. Giant Sun Immortal Venerable is very crafty. He must have noticed something back then. Why is Bing Sai Chuan able to mobilize the power that Limitless Demon Venerable left behind? Duke Long thought about it rapidly. He wanted to stop Bing Sai Chuan, but he had no method to do so. He acutely sensed that a profound aura had emerged from Bing Sai Chuan's body before it vanished without a trace. Far away, at the peak of Star Zone Mountain Point, 2 shadows that were playing chess appeared on the empty Imperfection Regret Pavilion, along with their chessboard. Even though only their sides could be seen, it was still possible to see that the female had unparalleled beauty, while the male had a cold expression. That it was the scene of 2 venerables plotting against each other. Ripples appeared in the air. The still image of the 2 venerables started to turn bright. Star Constellation had a complex gaze, raising her head to look at Limitless. The person you are waiting for is here? Limitless Demon Venerable shook his head, sighing. He is not here yet, but there is someone from my homeland who has inherited one of my true inheritances. I have to help him. Saying so, he lifted a chess piece from the board and flicked it in the entire process. Limitless Demon Venerable did not even take a look at the battlefield, much less turn around. The chess piece flew out of Imperfection Regret Pavilion as the image of the 2 venerables faded away. Only an empty Imperfection Regret Pavilion was left. The chess piece flew at a shocking speed. It landed on Duke Long almost instantly. Duke Long's body shook intensely. Shock expressed all over his face. Plop. The next moment, Duke Long fell from the air, crashing on the ground. The power of the chess piece materialized as illusory silver-white chains, tying him up and stabbing into his phantom aperture, sealing all of his goo worms. Duke Long's eyes were wide opened. He could breathe normally, but could not move an inch. He found that even though his strength was still around, whenever he tried to break free, the chains would emit similar strength that canceled out all of his effort. This was a rank 9. Immortal killer move. Duke Long was forcefully restrained. The dragon chi he created also dispersed. Calamity Luck Altar and Bing Sai Chuan regained their freedom. Bing Sai Chuan shouted loudly as he charged at Duke Long. But the strongest killer move that he used was easily blocked by the silvery chains the moment it reached Duke Long. Duke Long was unharmed. Bing Sai Chuan's heart sank. This rank 9 killer move restricts Duke Long, but also protects him. Because this is a battle between venerables, even though there is limitless demon venerable strength, star constellation immortal venerables, Will is also involved. Since he could not kill Duke Long, Bing Sai Chuan gave up that idea immediately. He jumped into Calamity Luck Altar, and at the next moment, Calamity Luck Altar moved, and the central Great Hall was smashed to bits. Fairy Ziwei could only bring Old Man Zheng Yuan away as they escaped rapidly. Chapter 1715, Heavenly Court Awakens. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios Fairy Ziwei's expression was grim. The central Great Hall was the control area of Heavenly Court's palaces. Now that it was destroyed, Fairy Ziwei's control fell drastically. She would need to expend a lot of time and effort to mobilize them now. But in intense battles like this, every breath of time was precious. The central Great Hall became a pile of rubbles. Ahead of Calamity Luck Altar was a tall tower. Heaven Overseeing Tower. Inside Calamity Luck Altar, Bing Sai Chuan had a heated gaze. Heaven Overseeing Tower was famous in the world. All Gu immortals in the 5 regions knew about it. Right now, it was still and motionless. A refinement path immortal formation was shining in bright light, enveloping it. Fate Gu is at the top of Heaven Overseeing Tower. It is being repaired using the refinement path formation. Bing Sai Chuan frowned. Heavenly Court's defenses were very tight. Heaven Overseeing Tower was actually the final line of defense. The Central Continent Refinement Path Convention was not over yet, but only the finals were left. Because countless Gu masters failed in their Gu refinement, there was already many success Dao marks inside infallible blessed land. These Dao marks were taken by Heavenly Court. They used them to repair Fate Gu, ensuring that nothing went wrong in the process. We cannot directly destroy this refinement path formation, otherwise, Fate Gu's recovery might be ruined due to the backlash. It will return to its originally injured state. We need to go in and snatch it. Thinking of this, Bing Sai Chuan gave orders to 5 Elements Grandmaster and Bull Demon. Bull Demon acknowledged the order, while 5 Elements Grandmaster became hesitant. Lord Bing Sai Chuan, there might be a slight problem. If we gain a good chance to snatch Fate Gu, but it has not been repaired fully yet, what do we do? This was a problem indeed. Heavenly Court had methods to restore Fate Gu. They were relying on human path killer moves, the Central Continent Refinement Path Convention, and a vast number of failures to create the success Dao marks in infallible blessed land that could be used to repair Fate Gu. Longevity Heaven did not have such methods. Bing Sai Chuan looked at 5 Elements Grandmaster. At this point in time, there was no need for any concealment. He said the truth. We want Fate Gu in such a state. It had been repaired by Heavenly Court for countless years. It is near complete recovery now. This is the Fate Gu that we want. A fully repaired Fate Gu cannot be used by anyone. Even Heavenly Court can only use it through Immortal Gu House, Heaven Overseeing Tower, to look at the fate of all life forms in this world. If anyone can truly control Fate Gu, they will be able to decide the traces of fate. They will be able to manipulate the lives of all beings. It is a pity. Even though the venerables of past generations tried so, none of them have ever succeeded. 5 Elements Grandmaster was curious. In that case, what is the point of snatching an incomplete Fate Gu? Bing Sai Chuan smiled lightly. We cannot control Fate Gu. The reason that the past venerables came up with was that the activation of Fate Gu has a high requirement. Only heavens can control it. But this does not mean that we cannot use Fate Gu itself. Heavenly Court's Heaven Overseeing Tower is the best example. They are able to make use of Fate Gu, even though it is a minor usage. Other than that, Heavenly Court has another method. That is to use Fate Gu as an immortal material to refine it with a luck path Immortal Gu and create Destiny Gu. 2-inch Destiny Gu. 5 Elements Grandmaster's pupils shrunk. Bing Sai Chuan's smile widened. That is the reason why Heavenly Court invaded Northern Plains to try and snatch fortune rivaling Heaven Gu for themselves. So that's it. 5 Elements Grandmaster realized. Bing Sichuan continued. But they do not know that the so-called Destiny Gu was first conceptualized by ancestor giant Sunday. Heavenly Court wants to refine rank 10 Destiny Gu in one go. They are too ambitious. We are different. We only want a rank 9 Destiny Gu. Thus, the fate Gu that we use does not need to be fully restored. As long as we have rank 9 Destiny Gu, my longevity heaven will be able to contest Heavenly Court. In the following great era, we will dominate and replace Heavenly Court. We will reign over the 5 regions. We can even become the supreme rulers of all beings in this world. 5 Elements Grandmaster was tongue-tied. Longevity Heaven's ambition was shocking, but he was also in deep admiration towards Giant Sun Immortal Venerable's plan. So Giant Sun Immortal Venerable had already planned for Heavenly Court's invasion long ago. Longevity Heaven only used the arrangements today. Hearing Bing Sichuan's explanation and encouragement, 5 Elements Grandmaster hesitated no more. He went with Bull Demon as they flew out towards the refinement path formation. Heaven Overseeing Tower was at the center of the formation. They had to charge up to the top of Heaven Overseeing Tower to take away fake Gu. They've entered the formation. Old man Feng Yuan watched from afar. He had a worried expression. Fairy Ziwei was not too worried. This refinement path formation was specially set up. It is not the refinement cauldron formation from earlier. Not only is Yuan Xiongdu inside, there are 2 other rank 8s helping with the Gu refinement. Even though the refinement cauldron formation was effective in repairing fake Gu, because it was a copy of Lang Ya Blessed Land's refinement cauldron, Heavenly Court stopped using it. After all, Longevity Heaven had already annexed Lang Ya sect. They already had information of the immortal Gu House refinement cauldron. Inside the refinement path formation, Yuan Xiongdu was the main person in charge. He had to concentrate and could not leave. The 2 Heavenly Court rank 8s helping him could temporarily stop their work and help protect Yuan Xiongdu. Thoughts flickered in Fairy Ziwei's mind continuously. Since Longevity Heaven sent people to invade the formation, they must be trying to snatch fake Gu and not destroy it. That's why they are acting so cautiously. Only otherworldly demons can destroy fake Gu. While Fang Yuan is at Emperor City now, we still have time. Thinking of this, Fairy Ziwei did not join the battle. Instead, she placed Old Man Feng Yuan under protection. Old Man Feng Yuan only had rank 7 cultivation level. He could not participate in the fight. But he had a crucial use. He was the key to using Primordial Origin Immortal Venerable's human path methods. After making sure Old Man Feng Yuan was safe, Fairy Ziwei returned to the battlefield. Calamity Luck Altar was floating in the air, blocking the entrance to the refinement path formation. Within the formation space, Bull Demon and 5 Elements Grandmaster were already fighting against the 2 Heavenly Court rank 8s. With a cry, Fairy Ziwei had countless thoughts rain down like a meteor storm, crashing towards Calamity Luck Altar. This was an extraordinary immortal killer move. With the amplification of Star Constellation Chessboard, even Calamity Luck Altar could not ignore it. Bing Sichuan healed his injuries, while he controlled Calamity Luck Altar to resist Fairy Ziwei. Fairy Ziwei's Star Constellation Chessboard was also a rank 8 Immortal Gu House created by Star Constellation Immortal Venerable, while Calamity Luck Altar was created by Giant Sun Immortal Venerable. The fight between 2 Immortal Gu houses was also akin to the fight between Giant Sun Immortal Venerable and Star Constellation Immortal Venerable. At once, the scene was intense. Both sides went all out with their abilities. Rank 8 Immortal Killer moves had incredible power, but thankfully Heavenly Court was defended by past Venerable's methods. It was not destroyed. As the battle went on, Fairy Ziwei's breathing became heavier. Even though she controlled Star Constellation Chessboard, it was tiny and could be held in one hand. Compared to it, Calamity Luck Altar was huge and blocked the formation entirely. It had an advantage. During this time, Fairy Ziwei also wanted to save Duke Long, but Duke Long was bound by silvery chains made by Limitless Demon Venerable's method. Once Fairy Ziwei got close, she felt a strong repulsion force. Any immortal killer move she used was also dispelled by the chains. Thankfully, this was a form of protection for Duke Long. Even though he was in the battlefield, he was completely unharmed. Meanwhile, the palaces around him were turned into ruins. There were many crevices and pits all over the area. Damn it. Damn it. Duke Long gritted his teeth. He continued to struggle, but there was no effect. This is not going well. Fairy Ziwei had a heavy heart. She was engaged in a long fight. She could not help Yuan Xiongdu, who was inside the formation. Even though Longevity Heaven did not bring many Gu immortals, all of them who came were rank 8 elites. They had their respective roles to at this rate. They might really be able to take Fate Gu away, right? When Fairy Ziwei felt helpless against the situation, a corner of Heavenly Court shook intensely. Auras started to grow from nowhere, rapidly expanding. That is the Immortal Graveyard. Fairy Ziwei was overjoyed. Heavenly Court's Immortal Graveyard had countless rank 8 experts. It was unfathomable. Not even Fairy Ziwei knew how many rank 8s were sleeping there at the critical moment. Heavenly Court finally expended its foundation. The slumbering Gu immortals sensed it and awakened from their slumber. You dare attack my Heavenly Court. You are courting death. With an explosive voice, a muscular Gu immortal with a bare head jumped up, his body flying into the sky as his cold gaze stared at Calamity Luck Altar. While he said that, his figure vanished on the spot. Such speed. Bing Sichuan was shocked, the next moment. With a loud crash, Calamity Luck Altar fell like a toppling mountain. It was sent flying by a huge force that a huge black bear that was even larger than Calamity Luck Altar stood at where it was blocking earlier. Fairy Ziwei's eyes shined brightly. This is Senior Zhang Fei Xiong, a transformation path great expert of Heavenly Court. He is most skilled in bear-type transformations. His strength can rival mountains. His power can move the earth. The juniors are too useless. Outsiders actually managed to attack Heavenly Court so deeply. Central Great Hall was destroyed. A voice resounded again. Comment: an old Gu immortal appeared in the air that he had a pale face and thin body. He looked like he was sick. Right now, he sat on a wheelchair. His body seemed weak, but his eyes shined with cold light. It made people feel fear and worry. Ah. Fairy Ziwei gasped. Lord Gulu Ru. Sigh. He is a time path great expert. If he had woken earlier to defend the River of Time, taking the place of Senior Li Huang, Fang Yuan would not have escaped. Calamity Luck Altar flew into the sky again. As Gulu Ru pointed his finger at it, the entire rank 8 Immortal Gu house started to move several times as slowly. Zhang Fei Xiong laughed loudly as he pounced, crashing into Calamity Luck Altar as he pressed down on it, suppressing it. Who woke me up? Sigh. I am so old. If I sleep any less, I will get more wrinkles. I will be ugly. Little sister, don't you agree? A beautiful figure appeared beside Fairy Ziwei all of a sudden. Fairy Ziwei was taken aback. She did not sense anything. Junior greets Senior, Wan Zihong. Fairy Ziwei bowed respectfully. Don't call me Senior, call me Sister. Look, are there more wrinkles near my eyes now? This newly awakened female immortal got close to Fairy Ziwei as she asked with deep concern. Fairy Ziwei looked at the snow-white, beautiful and flawless face. She was speechless, but her expression became very polite. There are no wrinkles, Wan's sister. You are too worried. She was very cautious, because this female immortal Wan Zihong did not have an ordinary background. Most of Heavenly Court's members were chosen from Central Continent's 10 great ancient sects. But this Wan Zihong was once a great demon that wreaked havoc in Western Desert. She was absorbed by Heavenly Court to become one of its members. Zhang Fei Xiong, Gulu Ru, Wan Zihong, one by one. Heavenly Court's Gu immortals woke up from the Immortal Graveyard at once. The numbers on each side became tilted. The situation changed drastically. So many reinforcements at once? Are there more? Inside Calamity Luck Altar, Bing Sichuan laughed loudly. In this dangerous situation, he was still able to laugh. Fairy Ziwei had a bad feeling. Since Longevity Heaven was attacking Heavenly Court, how could they not expect the situation in the Immortal Graveyard? Do you know why I bought Calamity Luck Altar? Because the killer move of a former demon venerable is in it. At this moment, Bing Sichuan's gaze became deep and unfathomable. But what method gave him such confidence?